Welcome to Daddy-Daughter Discussions. I'm Kevin.
I'm Cam.
And we're a daddy-daughter team. And what we do is we discuss everything to do with current events and how Cameron navigates through them.
So sit down and relax.
What are we going to talk about today, Cam?
We are going to be talking about friendships.
Friendships. That's an interesting one.
What they mean.
All right, okay. So, what does friendship mean to you?
Well, friendship means to me, what does it mean to me? It means that you can go to the person and you can talk about stuff, laugh. You don't need to watch your words because they're going to start an argument right away.
Ah, right, okay. So just someone that you can talk to, you can confide in and makes you feel comfortable and you don't feel as though it's going to end in an argument or something like that. Well, you do know friends will still argue though, yeah?
Friends will still argue. I just feel like, with my experience, they shouldn't argue nearly every other day.
Ah, right, okay. So, a friendship to you, why do you think friendships are important for people?
Well, it's good for your mental health to have someone you can talk to. And it's just nice in general.
Mm.
But if you feel like, you really don't want to see that person because,
You just want time on your own or
they've, every time you do something at least remotely a bit wrong, and they're like, oh, why did you do that? You did it on purpose, no. And they don't try to change their opinion in any way and help, try to understand your side of the story.
Got you. I suppose in a way as well, one of the good things about a friendship would be that if you have fallings out, if you have things like that go wrong, then you will be able to kind of obviously talk to them about it and settle things and sort things out.
That if they can't change their opinion in any way because, they're always right and, they can do nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm. I suppose in some ways, friendship is much like a relationship as well. Cam, what to you is a good friendship? Tell me all the good things about having a friendship with someone.
I think it's good for your mental health. It's good for if you need to rant or talk to a person or if you need to help them out too. Mm-hmm. But if, you can also, they can also help you out. They'll be there for you. Mm-hmm. They don't try to, they don't try to make you feel sad purposely.
There's somebody that's got your back.
Someone's got your back. And who will, put you in your place if you do something actually wrong. Like, say Dad when, I don't know, if he was like, Cameron didn't do her dishes today. And their friends will be like, well, then just ask her to do it just now.
Right, got you. So for you, Cam, what would be signs of a bad friendship?
If the person is poking you down, like, oh, these trainers don't really suit you. Oh, Cameron, your skirt looks like a granny skirt.
Oh, right.
Like poking you down, like. Like, say you were wearing a pink top, just say that. Right. It's your decision, you can wear it, but if your friend, you don't really look good in that, take it off, go and change.
Right. Okay, so someone that kind of
pokes you down well, Cameron, that I can beat you up.
That sounds more like bullying than it sounds like a friendship. Okay, what other things would you be looking for?
If you try to help them out, like say there's a way they're doing spelling and you're like, well, this is an easier way to do it, it's quite fast. Yeah. To, sort out. And they're like, I didn't need your help, you made me feel dumb, stuff like that.
How would you tackle that? How would you kind of deal with
Well, I
something
would
like
have.
that? If they thought you were kind of making them feel dumb, what would you say?
I would say, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't need to feel that way because I was just helping you. Dad, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What do you think the signs are of a bad relationship?
I think very much kind of the same ideas as what you've kind of said.
Have you ever had a bad relationship?
Oh yes, I've had someone that's kind of done the things that you've said, and it took me a while to realise that. But as soon as I realised that was there, I had to cut that negativity out, because that's not a real friend. That's just somebody that there's an expression sometimes that misery deserves company, and I sometimes wonder if people who try and put other friends down, whether or not that's because they have something sad in them, and they want someone to kind of keep them company.
Yeah.
You know.
Sometimes I feel like if there's something going, you're angry, you shouldn't take it out on like your friends or anyone like that. Just anyone in general. Don't be like, oh, my mum didn't give me money for the shops.
Yeah. I'm going to take out on you.
I'm going to take out on you. Like, your hair looks really messy today.
Yeah.
That doesn't really suit you.
Mm-hmm.
Starts arguments even when they're angry.
Yeah. Let's kind of bring it back to something a bit more positive, though. So, for you, we've obviously talked about what the best things about a friendship are. Let's talk about, obviously, how would you make friends with someone? That's something that, say you went to a completely new school, or you were in a completely new environment, you didn't know anybody there. What would be your first thing that you would do to kind of make friends?
What I'd do is to step out my comfort zone and talk to people, because if you say you've been at one school for 6 years, just say that, and as soon as you go to another school, it's like, oh, I don't know these people, I'm scared to talk.
Yeah.
Because you're used to the environment you had in your other school.
Right.
So say, you were Jamie and I was, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, okay.
Hey, what's your name?
I'm Jamie.
My name's Elizabeth. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Betty.
My name's Elizabeth, honey.
Oh, sorry. I thought Betty was short for Elizabeth.
Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Now you do. Betty or Beth or things like that, or Lizzie. That's another one.
But Betty is... No,
Anyway, that's an aside. I'm sure kids wouldn't kind of talk about the kind of shortened versions of some of their names.
Mine is Cam.
Well, yeah.
Yours is Kev.
Back to, obviously, you kind of you take a deep breath in this new playground or this new environment. You go up and you speak to people. You say who you are. What else do you do?
You maybe ask what do they like to do.
Alright.
What's their interest.
Mm-hmm.
Learn more about them and let them learn more about you. It's like, oh, you like, Minecraft, but I like Roblox. I also like Minecraft, but...
Okay, so you would do that, yeah? What would you then do? Would you kind of then give them like a way of contacting you, or outside of school?
See, I think if you go into like school on the first day, maybe like write down your number for your phone if you have a phone. So that they can message you and you can talk more outside the school, because you only get around an hour outside to talk.
Yeah. Okay. So, and if somebody didn't maybe have a phone, for instance, like in primary school, although that's becoming a few and far between kind of thing, maybe kind of they would speak to their mum or dad, or to kind of speak to your new friends' parents, so that then you've got a means of contacting each other.
Yeah, now social distancing, but...
Yeah, I know, so have to be by carrier pigeon. And what would you, let's reverse that. Say you seen a new kid starting a school. and you obviously seen they were alone, would you kind of go up to them to make them feel welcome and potentially make a friend that way too? So let's reverse that, Cam. Say you spotted a new kid in your school or wherever you are, your club or wherever you are, once obviously things are back to normal. What would you do? Would you kind of go up to them and make them feel welcome? And if so, how would you kind of make them feel welcome and maybe potentially make a new friend?
Well, I would go up to them and be like, so, what do you like to do in your spare time? Do you go into any
Maybe
clubs?
say your name first.
Yeah. Hi, I'm anonymous. I'm John Doe.
John Doe. Okay, so you would go up and you would kind of introduce yourself and stuff like that.
Like, hi, I'm Cameron. What's your interests? What do you do in your spare time? Do you like? Do what? How? Stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, just
do you
general.
have any pets?
Yeah.
If they have cats, they're real
They're
good.
in.
They're in. They're in.
Yeah.
And if their favourite animal's cats, they're a keeper.
So that would be how you would kind of make friends in both situations and stuff like that, yeah. So it's going to be rather interesting when you go to high school, isn't it? Because there's every possibility you might be going to a high school that's different from people in your class.
Oh, there is.
Yeah. But
everyone's going to another school.
yeah. So what will you do to kind of will you just do what you said to make friends in that new environment? Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure to catch out anything that I think's suspicious.
So the red flags, as they call it. Yeah.
Red flags. Red flag.
It must, during obviously everything that's been going on, it must be quite tough to kind of maintain friendships and stuff, or has it just been something you've kind of tried to do with technology?
Technology.
Like FaceTime or WhatsApp or
Snapchat,
all that kind of stuff, yeah. I suppose now that's the kind of way you would kind of keep a friendship going and keep in touch, yeah. Used to be in my kind of day where we would spend ages on the phone talking to each other. Now it's just a case of texting and snap. I'm kind of showing my age actually when I say that. You've got friends. So you've got friends in activities that you do out with school. Obviously not at the moment because they're all stopped, but yeah.
Imagine going back to gymnastics. Okay, you fell off the bar and broke your neck. I can't come in and help you.
You need to social distance.
I need to social distance 2 meters.
Yeah.
I'm like, help me.
Yeah. So, do you know what's really interesting though is, obviously you're talking about kind of friendships as a kid. Do you know there's really not much in the way of difference between adults as well? Certain adult friendships are pretty much the exact same, And so, I mean, it's, as I said, there's really not much difference between adults and kids in terms of their friendships and things like that. And things you think you would grow out of as an adult.
Like your love for video games.
Oh, absolutely. That's kind of what me and my friends do to kind of hang out most of the time. We'll kind of do things like that.
Cool.
What kind of activities do you do with your friends?
I play Roblox.
So online gaming as well, and you're having a go at me? Yeah.
But that Roblox like modern age. I'm kidding on.
Yeah.
I play more Minecraft
You're
and Sims.
Yeah. Is that the highly cerebral gaming you're doing?
Yep.
What would you say to someone that was nervous about making new friends or thinks that they're in a toxic relationship or friendship? What would you do first off to say to people who are in the kind of situation where they're afraid to make new friends?
Well, you don't have to leave that friend if you're too scared to, like. What you should do is you should talk to other people, talk to your parents, and like invite people over, like
New people.
Like, say you have met a friend in the class and you guys want to hang out, so that you're not, then slowly you kind of drift away from that toxic relationship, so you don't put your...
You're not being, you're not just cutting it off, you're just kind of fading away from it. Yeah.
Sometimes you need to cut off.
Yeah, when it gets to that stage where it's, your well-being, I think, yeah, if your well-being's in kind of...
Yeah.
So, okay. Do you think, here's a real interesting one. Here's a real interesting question, and feel free to answer this honestly. Do you think you and me have a friendship?
Mhm.
Yeah.
If we have this podcast, I wouldn't just be like, here's this podcast I need to do with like my enemy, my dad.
That's good. I think doing this podcast always been quite good for us to kind of enhance that wee friendship, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
On that lovely note, I think we will bring this podcast to a close. So,
Yeah.
everybody out there, if you are finding it difficult to make friends, or if you're nervous about making friends, just take that leap of faith, and there will always be somebody out there that you can call a friend. You just need to put yourself out there, don't you? That's all from me.
And that's all from me. Bye! Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed our podcast, please tune in at the same time next week.